Welcome back to the channel, guys. The question today is Mule Creek State Prison the most deadly prison in the state of California? Now, with prisons like Salinas Valley, Pelican Bay, Kern Valley, Ironwood, and Calipatria on the list, that's definitely an interesting question. If you're new to the channel, in the late 80s, I became involved in drugs and I became addicted. I would go on to be in and out of jail and prison over the next 15 years. And eventually I would get clean from active addiction and alcoholism and move on to live a better life. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, drop a comment, and share the video. It really helps to get the message out. So, Mule Creek State Prison, located in Tracy, California, has level 1, 2, 3, and 4 inmates at this prison. Now, around 2005, as I read on Google, it became exclusive to SNY and EOP inmates. I don't know if the EOP program was going yet in 2005, but it became exclusively a protective custody joint. So, guys that were doing time didn't want to go there if they had GP status because, that's not something that you want on your record. But now, recently, in the last year or so, there have been like 5 unalivings at this prison. And it's not just inmates that are getting unalived, it's visitors as well. So they have a program, or they had a program. I don't know if the program's still active or not, but if you were a lifer, your significant other could come and spend 40 hours or so, like in these little bungalows where like it was a family visit, basically, is what they called it. And there's been 2 unalivings that have occurred there of significant others that have come to visit, lifers. So, that definitely adds to the, the level of danger with this prison, because not only are the inmates not safe, but their visitors appear to be unsafe as well. And, I think back when I was doing time, nobody really thought too much of Mule Creek besides the fact that you didn't want to end up there. But, back then, Corcoran, Kern Valley had just come online. And, anytime a new joint comes online, it's always real active because basically the car that you run with, you're trying to establish your areas, your pull-up bars, like everything. So it tends to be real violent when a new joint's coming online, especially a level 4. But like I said, nobody really thought a whole lot about Mule Creek back then. I never heard anybody parole and say, oh yeah, kicking it with the homies at Mule Creek type of stuff. Like, that wasn't something that you would be bragging about for sure. But, things have changed. And, you have a lot of violent prisons in the California system. Salinas Valley is very well known. High Desert is another place where, these are very serious places. And to be honest with you, most level 4 180s are that way. Disrespect issues can lead to people becoming unalive. Things have changed a lot over the years. Now they have the end of hostilities agreement, and you don't have the big widespread events between races or organizations or cars or whatever you want to call them, the group that you run with. So now, things are a lot different. And I think it shifted the level of danger more from GP to the SNY and EOP yards. With, a lot of these inmates that have gone from being mainline GP and then they get removed for whatever reason it is, or they choose to remove themselves and, roll it up and check in. Now, they're you have these individuals who were gangsters their whole life. They were a part of something and very active, and now they have to go sit down over there. And a lot of these guys aren't done. There's a lot of gangs on the SNY side as well. um, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the gangs that are on that side, so I'm not really going to get into that. But, and then you get over to that side and it's not nearly as organized. It's not nearly as well run. People are, it's the wild, wild west over there. So, the SNYs are wild, but then you have the EOPs. Now, let me break it down for you. SNY is sensitive need yard, also known as protective custody. If you have a safety issue being on a general population line, you go to SNY. EOP is, and I've heard a lot about EOPs. EOPs is people that are on meds that have mental issues. Okay, so now I've heard that some people that don't want to be GP, or can't be GP, but don't want to be SNY because of the gangs on that side, are faking mental health issues to get put on meds and get put on these EOP yards because they feel like it's safer over there. They don't have to deal with the gangs of the SNY or the GP politics, so they go to these EOP yards and they fake mental health issues. But the thing about EOP yards is you have people over there that truly do have mental issues and that are unstable. And this has led to a lot of attacks on guards, individual issues where people become unalived. And, it's just the California Department of Corrections is a big hot mess right now. So what was the question I asked originally? Is Mule Creek the most dangerous prison in the California Department of Corrections? It very well could be. It very well could be. Now, Kern Valley's had probably 4 or 5 unalivings in the last year. High Desert's on the map. Pelican Bay had an unaliving earlier in the year. Lancaster, I'm sure Salinas Valley and Calipatria. The thing is, the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitations is a very dangerous place. And people like to, oh, well, you weren't on a level 4. People get unalived on level 2s and level 3s. I know of somebody that was at Wasco not that long ago, and there were 2 unalivings in a couple of months there. So, you could add Wasco to that list as well, right? And that was level 3. So, you get lifers on level 2s. So most of the guys that make it to level 2 as a lifer haven't really been doing a whole lot. They're not getting write-ups and stuff like that, so their points have dropped and they make it there, which means they're less likely to do those sort of things on those lower levels because a lot of guys are going home and they don't want to mess that up. But at the same time, you get some of these lifers that are influential that drop down in points. Excuse me. And they have a lot of influence over the younger homeboys and homies to do things that they may not have wanted done because they want to shine in front of the influential homie, you know what I mean? So prison in general is a dangerous place. It's definitely not somewhere you want to be. Is Mule Creek the most dangerous? I'd say based on unalivings in the last year, it's a toss-up between Mule Creek and Kern Valley. Both places have had a lot of stuff going on. Pelican Bay had a staff assault with attempted unaliving on a peace officer. It's just not a great place to be. So that's my take on it. Is it the most dangerous? I think they're all dangerous, but it's definitely making its name in that world of dangerous places. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, drop a comment, and let me know what you think. Which prison is the most dangerous? Like I said, I think they're all dangerous, but, some are a little more active than others. And like I said, Kern Valley and Mule Creek are right there at the top of the list right now. That's not to take anything away from High Desert, Salinas Valley, Pelican Bay, all those places, but even Calipatria. But yeah, it's been cracking up there. And like I said, the thing is, not only is it unsafe for inmates, it's unsafe for visitors there now as well. So, yeah, I don't know. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Anyways, family, fitness, and freedom are the things that allow me to get my life together and not end up in places like this anymore. And they can help you as well. Just remember, guys, it's about the company that you keep. Keep company with people that are winning in life, and chances are you will too. So I hope everybody's week is off to a great start. Back to work tomorrow for me. So, that's just what it is. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, share the video, even become a member. It really helps with growing the channel. And shout out to all of you guys. I believe we just passed 2,800 subs. So let's keep it pushing. Let's get it past 3,000. Anyways, if you're new to sobriety, welcome. I believe in you. You can do it. If I did it, you can do it. And I'm going on, well, I got clean in 2004. I'm going on 21 years of sobriety in August. So, it might seem like it's a lot to process all at once, but don't stand there and look at the mountain. Just start climbing. Have a good one, guys.